Hello YouTube, welcome everyone, also welcome to chat. Hello guys. So that's gonna be way different English guide. It's not the usual guide that you are watching on YouTube, like how to put 6 villager on food, put 6 villager on gold, or how to put on put. We are talking about the strength English civilization. So the strength of the English civilization is starting from the Dark Age. They don't have spearmen, as you know. They have a really good tool to counter every kind of rush. If you are being rushed and you are playing English civilization, your villagers are the best counter any kind of rush. Horseman rush from the Mongols, or spearman rush, or other civilizations spearman rush or marathon rush. Your English villagers are the best to counter kind of rush. So first of all, I want to show you something that most of the people doesn't show you. If you press the A button, you see the enemy scout has a sheep on it. There is a really good thing to do. If you just press the right click button, the villagers are trying to go there and kill the sheep. But because you are playing the English civilization, you can press the A button, click on the sheep, and literally shoot down the sheep that a scout has behind it. So there's a really good mechanic, and that's why the English villagers are the best in the dark. They can use their bow to kill the enemy infantry that they are sending to trying to raid you, as you can see here as well. How great, how amazing their range the English villagers are. So as I said, in Dark Age, you have a really good unit that can go to your opponent base. Like, let's say you can send 1 or 2 Menaton. We're a little bit complaining about the campfire changes recently on Reddit. The campfire is not really that bad as you think. The campfires can be can be set up in the stat forest, which is a really good thing, or you can set up next to your lines, close to your wood lines, so when the opponent is trying to raid you, or next to your gold lines, or into choke points. So if the enemy destroys the camp, you already know someone is there, something is there, someone is there. You're gonna know which kind of what kind of unit is there. So in the Dark Age, the English can really perform very well with their short bow on the villagers, which has 5 damage, and they can counter every kind of rush. H2, you can choose between the AOE of Kings and the Council Hall. Both of them are really good. You can do a really good build order with both landmark. There's like so many options. First of all, let's talk about the Council Hall. You can make 1 or 2 longbowmen, send it to your opponent, that 1 or 2 longbowmen, and go with second TC immediately. So don't make more than 2 longbowmen, send it to your opponent. You can do all in with the Council Hall, building farms around your TC for your earth gathering, and you don't need to go out deers, just all in the council with the Council Hall. You can fast H3 with the Council Hall, just sending 2 longbowmen to your opponent, go to the deer and get rid of the food. So overall, the English H2 and the H1 is really good, really strong. They have their bonus stuff that they have, like let's say the cheaper farms, right? And every time you age up, your gathering rate is faster on the farms, which is again amazing. So the English H1 and H2 there's no problem with that. They are not weak in their ages. AOE of the Kings with the King, why is it good? There are recently a build order as well that you can use the King. So listen to this. This is really for the early game, not for the late game. For the late game, Council are way better. For the early game, AOE of Kings is perfect, and let me tell you why. You're gonna throw your mind. So calculate this. To counter your king, the opponent has to make spearman. Spearman is not enough. Knight is not enough, because in 1 versus 1, the king is faster than a knight, faster than a royal knight. It has better movement speed, more movement speed than a knight. So you can just run home and heal yourself while achieving your second TC. So when you achieved your second TC, you build a white tower with the king, and after that white tower, you're gonna use it as a stable, which is like a double stable, because the production time is doubled, 100% faster. So you can get your knights out really fast. So as I said, this lemma are good as well to promote spearman play from your opponent. Listen to this. So you can go Menaton, Longbowman, or Crossbowman, doesn't matter. When you go H3, usually need spearman against English. So can you connect all the dots together? Usually when you are playing against an English player, you don't make spearman. So when you are forcing your opponent to make spearman, actually benefiting you, since your army comp is more like longbowman, man-at-arm, maybe for raiding knights and horsemen, but your main comp is not about horsemen and knights, since you have a really strong man-at-arm in H3. So let's say you went up with the AOE of Kings. We are in H2, sorry. we are in H2. We're gonna check what do we can make the early man-at-arms. As I said, English is really good because they have the early man-at-arms. We have the mills with their boosted farm generation, which you can read. In H2, it's 20% faster, which is actually really good. So we have the Man-at-Arm, we have a really good, strong archer called the Lumberman. The H2 for English is perfect. It's flawless. They have all the tools. They can go with the king. They can push out your opponent to make Spearman, meanwhile you making Lumberman. So if he is making Spearman, you have no problem at all. So you went second TC. Let's say you put the second TC at Deer. You had a lot of villager on goals, so you are forcing yourself into H3 with the White Tower. You are in H2. You have all those powerful tools. You don't feel weak at all. You're gonna build your farms, reset and everything. Power goes down in H3. We're gonna see that. We have really good two landmark, which is the palace and the White Tower. Both of them are fine. Both of them are perfect. There is no problem with that. But still, the English power goes down. It just goes down a little bit. Let's say from the 4 age, H3 is the weakest for the English. And you're gonna see why. Let's say we are building the King's Palace, because most of the English players are building the King's Palace. So what did we unlock in the H3? Unlocked one thing, which is the +2 armor for the Man-at-Arm. But honestly, it's not as strong as you are thinking. This in H4 is way stronger than in H3. It's not bad. They get 2+2 armor. Archers are not doing any damage. Spearman is not doing any damage. They are just meat boys. So they are just tanking and tanking and more tanking, right? So they don't do anything, like not like the French with the tier that has 5+ melee armor and they are ranged units, and also they have ability which increase their range to 6, etc. So the English does not really unlocks something really OP in H3, and that's why most of the players calling them weak in H3, because they don't have that crazy tools that the other civs has. Like let's say they has the elephants, Mongols has the steppe redupt, French has the really strong Arbretier in H3. So every other civ has something weak or strong in H3 or H2. At this situation we have the English, which doesn't unlock that much of stuff in H3. They are good, they are fine. They can upgrade their units, very good, like just every other civilization. But as I said, you're just gonna get a tank chunky boy with 8 armor. This is good on paper. Every English games I've watched a lot of co-op games as well. Good on paper, it sounds good. They get 2 armor, but their real power when everything comes back actually H4. In H3 also they can upgrade the castle of network of castle to network of citadel, which is another 20% attack speed, which is fine. This is still not as good as their imperial. Okay, they research the network castle. The English has 2 insane landmarks. The Berkshire, which helps you to have map control, and the Vanguard Palace. So even a lot of not just pro players, but a lot of players are not really talking about the Vanguard Palace, because everyone is going with the Berkshire, right? Everyone goes with that landmark, but the Vanguard Palace is actually really good. So what are the strengths of English in H4, and why I'm saying that English in H3 sucks, in English H4 is really strong? First of all, you have the best hand cannoneer in the game. Even though it's expensive, I'm pretty sure their attack speed goes down to 1.62 or I think it's 1.62. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1.62. So their hand cannoneer is the most fast, like the DPS of the hand cannoneer is so fast, melts down everything in seconds. But wait for it, it's not just that. Not just that they have a really strong hand cannoneer in H4. They also have the enclosures, which generates gold and meanwhile gathering food, which also, let me tell you, that's really good, really strong, and that also makes the English really good in Imperial. So the Vanguard Palace, why I'm saying that the Vanguard Palace is really strong. You have insanely good units that I don't know why other players are not making anymore. They are really good units that you have in the Vanguard. Let me show you their stats. So when you go H4, oh wait, I forgot some upgrades. So when you go H4 and you rather pick the Vanguard Palace, look at these units. Now tell me ain't strong. You have the Vanguard Ranger with 18 damage. Where is the simple Longbowman? Simple Longbowman. I do have one. I had to upgrade it. So we have the simple Longbowman, 14 damage, okay. So the simple Longbowman with a 14 damage, the Vanguard Ranger with 18 damage. So first of all, you can see the attack speed is already different. I mean the attack damage is already different, and not just that, their range. So the Vanguard Ranger has the same range as a mangonel. So they can literally shoot the mangonel from the backline because they have the same range as a mangonel. When you put them, so that was, I'm pretty sure that was the intention of the devs. When you put them on a wall, it ranges the bombard, which is crazy. They have 11 tiles range on a wall. Outranges the bombard, they outranges keep. These units can outranges keeps bombards if they are on the wall, because they have 11 tiles of range. So that's another unit which is crazy strong in Imperial. So for some reason people are not making them anymore. The other unit which we should talk about is the elite man-at-arms compared to the Wingard footman. Now, first of all, if you put a Wingard footman next to a man-at-arm, you can see there is a huge difference between them. First of all, 100 more health. Can you think about it? 100 more health on this unit, 28 damage plus 5 against cavalry, 20 damage on the simple man-at-arm. The armor is a little bit lower because it's 8 melee and 10 ranged against 10 melee and 10 ranged. So they have 2 less melee armor but the same ranged armor. So again, tell you, using the Wingard footman as a meat shield, they are not just a meat shield, don't forget, they are not just a meat shield, but they have an insane DPS. They can kill knights, they can kill no time. 336 health, insanely crazy. Also, you have, let me show you the other ones, which is also pretty good and why the English is really strong in H4. You have the Wingard army, which gives you 2 spearmen, 2 crossbow and trebuchet. I'm not really using that. I'm really care about getting free trebuchet. That's literally just getting 1 free trebuchet. 19 seconds to get 3 horsemen and 3 knights. It's really good if you want to go cavalry comp. If you already prepared yourself into cavalry comp, but if you don't, 38 seconds on the Wingard Rangers, which I already show how crazy strong they are, not just on walls, ground as well, because on walls they have 11 tiles range. That's insane. Also, they can use the arrow volley palings. You are asking what is arrow volley? Their attack speed from 1.62 goes down to 0.62. Plus, if you count the network of Citadel as well, if enemy is really close to these units. So the Wingard Rangers can use the same ability as the Longbowmen, and the Wingard Footman can use the same ability as the Man-at-arm. So we have the Wingard Footman, which also second. Yes, they are 200 food and 500 gold, just like the Wingard Rangers is 450 wood and 250 gold. This is really cheap. It's literally everywhere. If you play, you know that you're gonna have a lot of food anyway. So you can mix, like let's say you queue up 6 rangers, 6 footmen, 6 ranger, 6 footmen, and you're gonna have an elite army. You're literally gonna have units destroy your opponent units in no time. If the opponent made, like let's say some armored units, the Man-at-arm is gonna have 8 armor, which means this Wingard Ranger is gonna do 10 damage to those Man-at-arms. Or listen to this, if your opponent has Janissaries, right? Janissaries, which takes 50% more damage. If the opponent has hand cannons, there is no way enemy gonna touch your Wingard Rangers thanks to their range. And the Grey Bombard also has the same range as the Wingard Ranger on wall. The English has really good strength in Imperial, really good strength in Dark Age, in Feudal Age, compared to the Feudal Dark and Imperial, compared to the Castle Age. Castle Age, they don't unlock that much of stuff, right? They have the +1 armor and a little bit faster attack speed. That's what they have, literally nothing compared to what they have in Imperial, H1 and H2. And also the Imperial getter rate is 30% on those farms, which is really good. Don't need as many traders as any other civilization thanks to the farm, because as soon as they're gathering food, they are gathering gold. So they are saving population on having farms, gathering food. So that's another crazy thing, and that's why I'm saying that Imperial Feudal is way more stronger compared to the Castle Age, and that's why everything is going up together. About the upgrades, I think I showed all the upgrades. Expect one, which I really forgot to show, but I'm gonna show it in a second. Why the English is still good with the trebuchets. Usually people don't make trebuchets anymore, but that's a huge mistake. I do believe trebuchets for the English is still strong, and I was literally always telling people to keep making trebuchets. They have the Shattered projectile named Upgrade. Okay, maybe it's not gonna work again. Oh, okay, it's working on sheep. Okay, it's working on sheep. So they have the Shattering projectile upgrade, which helps you to do damage against the opponent. So let's say you have 48 damage on the trebuchet, right? A fully upgraded Mangonada has 168 health. let's say your opponent has 3 Manguna very close to each other, and you have a good chance to hit like between 2 of them with from very far away. So you gonna do here pure damage. If you see a unit says, like let's say over there 48 trebuchet siege damage ignores armor, so there's gonna be always 48 damage. So 168 HP Manguna, that's a huge damage. After that, the Wingard Rangers can just finish those Mangunas, right? But after that, just the Wingard Rangers are gonna pew pew pew, and they're gonna finish those Mangunas. So again, I truly believe the trebuchet still good, still strong. People should use the shattering projectiles when you are playing with the English, and I think people should use the Wingard Palace way more. Berkshire is nice, train the map, perfect, very nice. But as I show you, the Rangers and the Wingard Footmen capability, their strength, people have to use more often this landmark. I do believe that's the core strength English Imperial, and also their other units as well. 10-10 armor man-at-arm against a hand cannoneer is amazing. I hope you really liked this kind of video showing what's the strength of the English through ages, and see you on the next video on those French baguettes. Goddamn, I love those French baguettes. See you next time. Bye bye. This chat, say bye to YouTube. We're gonna wait for that. This chat, say bye to YouTube right now. Cute with YouTube. Bye YouTube. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Cute way. Yes.